What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Axis of Combat podcast. On this episode 62, we are going to be breaking down UFC Vegas 94. Back in the Apex, headlined by, who the fuck is it headlined by? Amanda Lemos, Virna Jandiroba. We're going to give you some predictions, some picks, maybe even some bets. As always, it's your boy Ray Boogie Kahuna, my co-host.
Hugo the boss. Hugo got next. Hugo got his hat low like Eazy-E on a hot sunny day in California.
Easy.
And before we get into the end of that business, you guys already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Everybody enjoying these visuals right now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date.
And for all of our audio listeners, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, you already know. And before we jump into this chart, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to advise you this card is not very good. It's okay. It's a rough one. It's in the Apex. Unfortunately, the UFC has had the tendency to kind of water down some of the cards this year. I don't think it's like to their choosing. I think it's just kind of like to their choosing.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I think they just loaded some of those cards up, these pay-per-view cards, so heavy that these Apex cards and these road cards are not really...
Been a bit mid.
They've been a bit mid,
yeah.
But listen, we're going to try and find some value for you here. A lot of these fights are closely lined. Some of them are going to be competitive, so work with us here.
As currently constituted according to Tapology, the first fight on the prelims, we're kicking it off with heavyweights. Mohammed Usman, the motor. Thomas Petersen, the train. Usman, 12-3, fighting out of Arlington, Texas, repping Nigeria, 35 years old. Petersen, 8-2 overall, fighting out of Webster, Minnesota, 29 years old. I didn't even know Petersen was on the roster till the other day. I didn't know who this man was. He actually has a UFC fight before this one where he fought Pogues.
I think you bet Pogues in that fight.
I think I did bet Pogues in that fight.
I bet Petersen. I got rinsed.
I won that bet. Listen, Usman has never been wrestled. I went down, I probably watched every single fucking fight of this guy available. There was one fight in the PFL where he got mounted, but that's because he got clapped and he didn't really get up after that. He got put to sleep, actually, submission, if I remember correctly.
I think you're correct.
Petersen doesn't really have the best hands. Better than I thought, but not really. He wants to wrestle. And if you're asking me who the better wrestler is, I think Petersen is. He advances on the ground and moves on the ground pretty fluidly. Even though him and Usman are about the same size, I feel like he's a little small.
I agree.
For some reason, like Usman is just like built. He's built like a heavyweight. Is he going to be able to hold Usman down? Can Usman be taken down? I'm going to pick Usman to win this, and this is like zero confidence. If you're asking me how I think the fight's going to play out, I think it's probably going to go to distance. I don't think nobody's knocking out nobody. I don't think nobody's subbing nobody. If anybody is going to sub anybody, it might be on the Petersen side, low-key. If anybody's going to get knocked out, or is going to be doing the knocking out, is going to be on the Usman side. But gut feeling tells me the overs hit here. Petersen's probably a live dog if Usman cannot stop any kind of wrestling. Give me Usman here, but not with the most confidence. What about you?
Yeah, I'm on you with this as well. I think Petersen got worked because he's from Webster, Minnesota, and not from Webster Ave in the Bronx. He got worked like one of the Dominican cats that be doing the cars on Webster Avenue.
Speaking about Dominican cats, he was in a 5-round fight in one of his regional fights with Salsa Boy.
Oh,
and he was doing dirt to him until Salsa Boy put him out in the third round. I give you what, Petersen's got a solid chin. That fight showed me that, one, he's got a solid chin. Two, he's got multiple ways to take dudes down. He's got UFC experience under his belt. This fight's probably going to be closer than people think. I mean, he was whooping Costa's ass until Costa decided to like hit him with a 1-2, something he just could not defend. But
yeah, I feel like, he's going to get worked like the Dominicans work at the cars in Webster Ave because he's not from the real Webster Ave. But I feel like this match is kind of tailor-made for Usman.
Think so?
Not a big puncher, a guy who's going to wrestle into them, which is kind of what Usman wants to do anyway. And I think Usman's bigger. He's got more length in him. He's more athletic. He hits harder, and he has a better hand. I think this is a tailor-made match for Usman. I really do. Though I'm not saying Petersen can't win, but Petersen did gas against Pogues, and Pogues started putting work on him. I don't think Mohammed Usman's going to gas. I think Petersen will gas before Usman. So I like Mohammed here. I don't know if this is a bet, but don't be surprised if I come around to it, especially via decision, because this fight's going to go to distance. So, Usman via decision.
Next fight on the card at women's bantamweight, we have Luana, Dread, Carolina, going one-on-one with Lucie Pudilová. Carolina, 10-4, fighting out of Brazil, hailing from Brazil, 31 years old. Pudilová, 14-9, fighting out of Dublin, Ireland. I think she was with SBG. I can never get the initials of that camp right. SBG, but she is repping the Czech Republic, 30 years old. Carolina, she's moving up in weight. I think she's missed one too many times. So this is her UFC debut at bantamweight. I kind of think this. First of all, this fight's a bit. I mean, it's a bit mid,
low level.
It's another mid fight, another close fight between two mid fighters, in my opinion. I mean, if she's gonna debut against anybody in bantamweight, I think Pudilová is probably the perfect candidate here. Carolina was, a bit of a weight bully, and Pudilová, even though I do think Pudilová is probably the more technical. She is the more technical striker, and she has recently been implementing wrestling in her game, and she's got the better, not the better, but she's definitely got more experience. She's fought the better brand of competition in wins and losses. Well, especially in losses. But I just think Pudilová she just can't beat people who could out-physical her. And even at 135, I think Carolina is still the slightly bigger girl, and she's probably still going to be able to bully Pudilová here. And that kind of sucks, because I do like Pudilová skill-wise, but she got bodied up by Aileen Perez her last fight, and before that got robbed. She beat Jocelyn Edwards in my opinion, but I'm you let sleeping dogs lie. This fight's gonna be close. Another fight that's gonna go to distance. Give me Carolina here. Not with the most confidence. Again, this is another. If you're into the dog, another dog or pass. But if you want to play it safe, I do think the overs hit. This is a women's fight, just to remind you guys.
Low-level women's fight.
Yeah, that's all I already got for this one.
Yeah, I'm with you for all the reasons you listed. I just don't know if I want my money getting anywhere near close to this fight.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
I like the overs, maybe as a parlay piece.
Okay.
I have to let my boy Takashi speak, bro. I know he's a snitch and shit, but he's spitting right there.
Yeah, sometimes,
he be spitting.
Word for word, bar for bar. He be out here, you know what I'm saying?
But no, this is a very low-level women's fight. I think dog or pass. I don't know what the line is because it hasn't dropped yet. I can't see it. But if you're asking me gun to the head, I'm going to go Carolina for the reasons you listed. I think Pudilová can win this fight, though. Like, if she's a heavy dog, why not? But I have no interest in this fight outside of parlaying the over. Carolina, though, via decision.
Next fight on the card at men's lightweight, we got the Tajik tank Loik Radzhabov going one-on-one with Samurai Ghost Trey Ogden.
Fuck this guy.
Radzhabov, 18-5-1, fighting out of Tajikistan, 33 years old. Ogden, the Samurai Ghost, 17-6, fighting out of Overland Park, Kansas, 34 years old. Radzhabov, I think he's the type of guy that can probably get it done against Trey. Because the way to beat Trey, listen, all respect to Trey. I've been constantly and
trying to bait him.
Maybe I'm still like on the wrong side right now, like because I just think he's good, but I don't think he's great. I think he's
very smart.
He's a high IQ fighter.
Very high IQ fighter.
Always comes in with a solid game plan
and sticks to it.
Might burn me here again too, but I'm picking Radzhabov here. I think Radzhabov is the type of fighter to kind of like unwind Ogden here. Radzhabov, disrespect this fucking man. Know what I'm saying, slap him. Punch him, spit on this dude. Know what I'm saying? Like Radzhabov got hammers, got lead in the pipes. His grappling solid, jiu-jitsu, but he's from that part of the country where they don't really do jiu-jitsu. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if jiu-jitsu is to them over there, if jiu-jitsu was if Zamba was easy, it'd be called jiu-jitsu.
It'd be called jiu-jitsu.
That's so disrespectful.
They fucking straight wrestle bears over there. So give me Radzhabov here. Does he get the finish? I don't know.
I feel like he has to.
Ogden is one of those guys like. Because in his last fight against Holobaugh, I mean, could have finished him, but again, played it safe. Just fucking.
He just hugged him.
Just laid on his ass, and did what he had to do. Holobaugh couldn't get up.
Yeah, listen, I made a bet on Holobaugh because I thought Holobaugh could give him. I still think if Holobaugh had a better game plan, I think he could beat him. He just refused to give up his back to get up to his feet. He was just content laying on bottom and say, "Well, you're making the fight boring," which Ogden was.
He just didn't want to get. Yeah,
Ogden was also on that saucier, by the way.
Ogden might be on some juice.
Yeah,
some juice.
100%. He's on that muscle juice. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I'm thinking Radzhabov here is gonna straight disrespect. It's probably gonna maybe the overs hit. It doesn't go to distance. That I don't know. Ogden again reminds me of one of these guys that like he'll fight to survive.
Yeah,
he'll be one of those fucking annoying guys that you bet the finish against him, and he's like, nah, eat this dick. I'm making it to the bell. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm all over Ogden via decision. I think this is a fight where he can probably exploit some things on Radzhabov. I think Radzhabov is a little low volume, if I remember correctly.
I think his striking's a bit raw. Not raw, but like he's not like the cleanest.
Yeah, he's a thumper though.
But he thumps. Yeah.
He thumps. So it's like, I just think that there's a lot of ways for Trey to win this fight. Cage pushing, get him to the floor. Even though Radzhabov did show against Rambeki that he can defend takedowns and eat some good punches.
That's why I'm kind of on the Radzhabov side.
Yeah.
I think he's just physically stronger than Ogden. You know
and he's much physically stronger than Holobaugh.
Even
too.
on the juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I want to see the face-offs with this. I also want to see the line. Like, I don't have a line for this either, so...
Let me see. I think I can find a line.
But I like Trey here. I think we got to stop disrespecting Trey.
I got a line here. Trey is currently the dog at plus 130, and on the other side we got Radzhabov at minus 150.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
that makes sense. I'm not mad at it. And as a dog play, for sure, I think I'll definitely take a shot on Trey. I think that's where I'm leaning. We gotta stop shitting on this guy. I don't like his style.
I'm gonna keep shitting on him.
Yeah, but he knows how to fucking win.
He does, man.
He's like Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Shakur definitely knows how to.
He just knows how to win. That's it.
And the crowd goes mild. That fucking guy. Listen,
that fucking guy.
He's still good, man. But goddamn, bro, he just
needs to turn it off with that shit.
He needs to stop talking about putting dudes to sleep because he's putting people to sleep, all right. But it ain't his fucking opponent. You know what I'm saying?
He's body too, bro. I want to hold it down for him, but we do ride for him on this podcast.
I ride for Shakur, man. But
just tone it down. Like Floyd Mayweather never said he was gonna knock dudes out. He just said, "I'm gonna fuck you up." Just say that. That's okay. Yeah. But he wrecked this shit. It was a good performance, but he didn't stop him when he probably could have stopped him. I'm just saying, you're getting your own fans walked out in Newark. It's a problem. But anyway, Trey Ogden, not so sexy style like Shakur Stevenson, but I like him to win via decision.
Next fight on the card at women's flyweight, we have Miranda Maverick, Fear the Maverick, going one-on-one with not Tracy Cortez because she is currently scheduled to fight Rose Namajunas. But she's fighting last-minute step-in Dione Barbosa, the Witch. Maverick, 13-5 overall, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, 27 years old. Damn, Maverick's from Denver. They didn't put on the Denver card.
Yeah.
Damn, get fucked. Fighting Barbosa, the Witch, 7-2 overall, fighting out of Brazil, 32 years old. Listen, nothing against Maverick. I mean, she's been shutting me up too. She's another one of these fighters where I think she's a little bit overrated, but she is young. And in her last fight, I did bet against her. I did pick Angela Lee. She ended up working the fuck out of that woman. So props to her. I mean, listen, her striking has gotten a bit better. She's still got the wrestling there. Can Barbosa show her anything? Maybe early. I'm
with you.
I'm more worried about Barbosa's gas. I think this is the best jiu-jitsu artist she's fought by
I think
far.
both of them.
And
Barbosa might get her back. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Yeah, early.
She's
100%.
very good at getting the back, and she got a little pop in her shots too.
And Barbosa's striking isn't the worst either.
She is decently hard.
But I think Maverick
cleaner.
She's cleaner, and as long as she doesn't get broken mentally in there, I think this is Maverick's fight to lose. Another fight where it's probably gonna go to distance.
This line is crazy though.
I would be interested in playing maybe like a fight ends in sub, maybe late round sub for Mav, early round for Barbosa. Gut feeling, it's probably gonna go to distance. Give me Maverick here to hopefully not fumble the bag. To be honest, what about you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't like this line. She's like a minus 200.
She's currently the second biggest favorite on this card.
Yeah, I'm not.
Which tells you two things.
Yeah.
One, that's scary because it's Miranda Maverick.
Yep.
At minus 200. Two, it tells you how closely lined most of these fights are on this card.
Yeah, for me, Barbosa kind of falls off a cliff with her cardio late. I could see her getting 2 rounds though.
100%.
If she gets her back, like at this line, I'm leaning Maverick, but I'm not playing her at no minus 200. Not even for the decision when there's a possibility this fight could get stopped because of exhaustion. I think it's a dog shot if you want dog or pass for this fight. But Barbosa can definitely sneak in 2 of these rounds. There's no question in my mind. Even though I think Miranda has the good enough defensive wrestling and jiu-jitsu to mitigate a lot of this shit that she's gonna do. But I think Barbosa might be the best jiu-jitsu artist that she's faced for sure. Like she takes Cyborg's back.
Yes.
And Cyborg's way bigger than both these girls. So give me Miranda, but Barbosa dog shot.
Next fight on the card at men's bantamweight, we have Battle of the Old. We got Brian Boom Kelleher going one-on-one with the renegade Cody Gibson. Kelleher, 24-15, fighting out of Selden, New York, 37 years old. Cody Gibson, 19-10, fighting out of SLO County, California, 36 years old. Like I mentioned, Battle of the Old. 37, 36. Did he just turn 37 too? No, he's going to turn 38 actually. Oof. And Cody is turning 37 this year. Brother. Both guys on, I think, 3-fight losing streaks, if I'm not mistaken.
This might be a winner goes, might be a loser goes home kind of fight.
100%. Kelleher's on a 3-fight losing streak, and Cody Gibson has lost 3 out of his last 5. 2-fight losing streak. Oh, man, this is a fight where I think
Cody Gibson the biggest favorite on this card.
Cody Gibson is currently the biggest favorite on this card. Currently, as we film this fight breakdown. He's the biggest favorite.
I kind of get it though because Kelleher, I mean, he got starched by Cody Garbrandt, but it's Cody Garbrandt. But he just had that spinal situation too, where he got that surgery and
that's the biggest issue, right? Because I mean, I get it. I mean, he's first of all, Cody's got all the intangibles. He's bigger, he's longer,
better wrestler in my opinion.
Probably the better wrestler.
I go that far.
Probably.
But Kelleher just has a really good guillotine.
And then on the Kelleher side, like if Kelleher didn't, like I'm not even worried about him getting starched by Cody. I mean, because fucking like Cody can still crack. That's the thing, right? What I worry about Kelleher is one that he looked kind of slow, and maybe he didn't look that slow because again, it's fucking Cody.
Who's just faster.
He's just a fast
individual.
He's very fast. But the neck surgery thing, right? Coming back from, I think it was fusion, or I'm not sure what he hit, some kind of crazy procedure on his neck. If he didn't have that, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I think I like his was it front choke series?
Yes.
Kelleher is good.
He's very good.
I think Kelleher before the neck stuff, I'd probably pick him.
It's an easy pick.
It's probably an easy pick. I think even that. I still think maybe from a betting perspective, fight ends in sub is probably not a bad look.
Yes, because Cody could run in, get exhausted, run into a guillotine.
100%.
Cody could get his back.
Yes.
And I don't think Kelleher is going to get knocked out by Cody. Cody's a body puncher.
I trust Kelleher's cardio too, to be honest.
I agree.
I trust his striking a little bit more.
I'm with you.
It's just the neck thing at the end of the day. I'm going to tentatively pick Gibson, but I think Cody, I'm Cody Gibson, you hear me? But Brian Kelleher, I think is 100% worth the dog shot.
I want to see how he looks on the scale.
It's just the neck thing that worries me. Yeah. I understand why he's the favorite. He should not be this big of a favorite.
Against anybody.
At this level.
Sorry. And I respect Cody. It's just He just makes a lot of bad decisions in there, man. I like him as a fighter. I think he's great.
I think he's solid.
But he makes a lot of bad decisions. Like there's fights that he shouldn't have lost that he just gave a position.
This shit just smells Cody sub or Cody. I mean, not Cody. Kelleher sub or Kelleher inside the distance.
Yeah, and it can also smell like Cody finish early or Cody fumbles the bag.
Oh, this definitely smells like a Cody fumbles the bag kind of fight.
Oh my goodness,
that's a big favorite. Like this shit stinks to high hell, boy.
And not 230 on him. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Miss me with that shit.
Next fight on the card at men's featherweight, we have the Hurricane Hyder Amil going one-on-one with the Korean Tiger Jeong Lee. Amil, perfect. Is he really perfect? I thought he had a loss. Perfect. 9-0. Fighting out of San Francisco, California, 34 years old. Jeong Lee, the Korean Tiger, 11-1, fighting out of South Korea, repping South Korea, 28 years old. I'll start on the Amil side. Forward, this guy's just pure offense. Blocks with his chin, throws hammers. I think he prefers to strike. He's got actually decent wrestling and decent jiu-jitsu. He's one of these scrap pack guys.
Yeah, he's a Gilbert Melendez guy.
He's got the Gilbert Melendez and the what's homeboy on Twitter?
Jake
Shields and all those boys. He's in that ilk. He's in that camp. He's got it. And he'll go to it if plan A don't work. Plan A is his striking. Again, blocks with his face, but he hits like a fucking hammer.
I mean, he's got the chin of a Chad.
Yeah, he's a little gigged up, you know what I'm saying? So
he should be Hyder the Chad.
Giga Amil. Giga Hyder. Jeong Lee, he's coming off his first W. I think it was against what's that guy's name? He's a wrestler. Brian Builder. Or not Brian Builder. Blake Builder.
Yeah.
Okay fight. I mean, showed me that he has some takedown defense. Before that, I mean, he's a road to UFC winner in featherweight. Decent takedown defense. Technical striker. He's got a little pop. I think Lee is the favorite here. But Amil, for me, I think is probably worth the dog shot. I like a lot of dogs in this card. Only because I know even though Amil's hittable, he's got the better brand of competition in terms of like, who he's fought.
Yeah, Young Lee has like 3 people on his resume with one name.
I mean, to Lee's credit, like he got one loss and he was able to avenge that loss. So, good shit for you, but like who you fought though? You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this dude fought outside of Blake Builder. Like, so it's like,
yeah, there's only a few, like there's only a handful of road to UFC guys who are fucking terrifying.
And like, yeah,
like they're terrifying.
Like I think this guy's good, but yeah. I don't know. Nothing really like screams like, yo, fucking top 15
or even a favorite in this fight.
As big of a favorite as he is too, because I think he's close to minus 200. He's like minus,
that is insane.
He's like minus 180. And listen, Hyder,
against a fucking zombie.
Yeah, against a guy who's practically a fucking zombie. Give me Hyder Amil here as a dog shot, only because I trust him to bring the chaos and make it a messy, dirty fight and get Lee uncomfortable.
Wear him out and then beat him in the wrestling scrambles late in the fight.
Yeah,
I agree. Hyder's a scrapper, literally scrap pack branded dude. Like fights the same way. What he does he has a Diaz recipe. He strikes with you and forces you into his jiu-jitsu. That's exactly what it does.
100%, yep.
The Diaz brothers don't wrestle. They just put pressure on you and make you take panic shots. So he's cut from that same cloth. I agree with you. I don't think Lee, like I said, he's fought, there's like 3 people on his resume with one name. You know what I'm saying? That's terrifying. Like they didn't want to be identified for being bus drivers that came off the road to fight this man. So I'm on Amil here, and I've seen Amil. Amil's a dog, bro. Like you got to kill that dude, and I don't think Lee's gonna be able to disconnect that guy.
No,
I just he's undefeated for a reason, and it's crazy when you're undefeated with the style that he has.
100% at the age he's at too, because he's definitely the older guy here.
Yeah.
And I mean, they could be using him as fodder, but I don't know.
Not this line though.
Young Lee's gotta show me something that I haven't seen yet. I mean, he does get finishes, but the problem is the guys he was finishing were like, kind of like, I don't want to say construction workers or janitors or anything like that, but they got day jobs, these fucking guys, you know what I'm saying? So
they need health insurance.
He's just got to show me first. Just give me the guy who I think is just more UFC ready, even at his age.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. 100%.
Next fight on the card at flyweight, we have Cody Durden fighting Bruno Bulldog Silva. Durden, 16-5-1, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, 33 years old. Bruno Silva, fighting out of Brazil, actually fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, but repping Brazil, 34 years old, 13-5-2 overall. I think this is a good fight. I mean, I think they have a common opponent. I think the common opponent is... Damn, who the fuck the common opponent is?
Ulanbekov?
Yes, it was Ulanbekov. Silva was able to take him the distance in a loss.
No shame in that.
No shame.
Yeah, Ulanbekov's a problem, bro.
Durden was put out by Ulanbekov. I didn't really learn anything about both those guys except the fact that Bruno Silva's a fucking dog, essentially. A little, even at flyweight here, he's like a little undersized, unfortunately, but he fucking definitely got some lead in them hammers, boy. I'm like,
yeah,
he can crack. But Cody's boxing, I think, is a little underrated. Cody, if he's got a game plan,
also a dog, by the way,
should be also a dog. I mean,
it's a dog fight, bro.
Probably impossible to sub, low-key, but
this fight's properly aligned. It's almost a pick 'em.
Actually, no, not impossible to. I mean, most of his losses are by sub, but like he won't tap. He's just one of those fucking guys.
He'll go to
you know
sleep.
What I'm saying? Give me Durden. I got a feeling this is a bit of a hand-picked fight here, a little bit of a rebound fight for Durden, but
I don't know.
Bruno Silva, he's
good matchmaking.
It's good matchmaking.
It's great matchmaking.
But I just got this sneaking suspicion that Durden is the one that kind of like called this guy out. Was like, yeah, I want this guy, you know. And Bruno Silva, he hasn't fought in a minute. He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'll take on anybody anywhere. I could see fight ends in sub here too. I could see Silva knockout. I could see Durden sub. Fight doesn't go. Probably a good look here. I don't know. I gotta maybe think about that one a little bit, but yeah, give me Durden here to get it done as the pick. Don't know how I'm gonna bet it though. What about you?
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think Durden's got a little bit better of a resume. The problem with him, he kind of walks into submission sometimes. That's my only issue with him. I'm gonna lean him, but I'm not picking him with the biggest degree of confidence. Bruno Silva was able to go to a decision with Ulanbekov, which means he has some degree of grappling. Was able to submit Tyson Nam after I think a rough first round. I mean, dude, like and Durden just walks into guillotines. He's the Michael Chiesa of 125. He is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's got better boxing.
I agree.
Chiesa can't really bang.
He can't bang for shit.
So he can't.
I've been saying it for. I mean, all respect to Mike. I think he's great on the desk. He's the most overrated fighter I've ever seen between 55 and he's a weight bully.
A bit of a weight bully.
He's a weight bully. You know, so respectfully, Cody Durden, you're not Michael Chiesa's boxing, but you kind of walk into submissions the same way he does. So I have no interest in betting this fight. Maybe the violence prop, but I don't know because these guys are so fucking durable.
It's a bit weird.
It's a tough fight to bet. It's a tough fight to bet. Dog or pass, in my opinion. Bruno Silva or die.
Next fight on the card at men's featherweight, we have the Korean Superboy Doo-Ho Choi going one-on-one. Oh yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry to jump in.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, he was back recently. They do have a common opponent here. His opponent though is Bill Señor Perfecto Algeo. Choi, 14-4-1, fighting out of South Korea, hailing from South Korea, 33 years old. Bill Algeo, 18-8, fighting out of King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, 35 years old. I do wish Doo-Ho Choi was probably fighting another guy on this card. I'll just say it. He probably should be fighting Steve Garcia. We'll talk about Steve Garcia a little bit later, but
that's a good fight for Korean Superboy.
And I think Doo-Ho Choi should be fighting Bill Algeo. They should just swap opponents low-key. But
yeah, same weight class.
But we got this. We got Doo-Ho Choi. We got Bill Algeo. I think this is a fight that kind of favors Algeo stylistically. I mean, literally, he beat Joe Anderson Brito and literally said, UFC, just keep feeding me fucking guys who are going to push the pace, throw punches, and, you know, I might be able to out wrestle. Doo-Ho Choi kind of fits that mold here. problem is that Duho Choi, that's a bad motherfucker, low key. I mean,
that Cub fight changed him. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It did.
And you know, like that kid had, if that kid before the Cub fight was fighting Bill, I'd be picking Duho Choi.
I'm still kind of leaning Duho Choi here as for the upset. And I'm only saying that because, one, I think Duho Choi is probably the most technical striker that Bill Algeo's fought.
Agreed. And Bill doesn't have a good chin.
Bill doesn't have a good chin. Even though I don't think Bill's been knocked out.
He got knocked out his last fight, but it was a little controversial.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was the fight with Kyle Nelson, who is the common opponent.
Kyle beat both of them.
Technically Kyle didn't. Kyle technically lost to Duho Choi, but because there was a headbutt in the third round.
Oh, that's right.
It ended up being a fucking draw.
I remember that.
But Duho Choi was actually, he was doing the thing against Kyle Nelson.
His understanding of space is very impressive. He's a talented kid. It's just he's not active. It's so hard to pick him because he's not active.
He's so excellent when it comes to the fundamentals. His striking, his spacing, his footwork.
The Korean boxing system just be kicking out fucking killers.
And now, he's got Zombie permanently in his corner now.
Oh, so man.
As his mentor,
Teixeira Pereira.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of seeing that kind of synergy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm fanboying a bit out here. I don't know. Maybe. I do worry that Algeo, if he does win here, it's probably going to be by sub because Choi does tend to give up his back.
He does
a lot. And Algeo surprisingly doesn't wrestle that much, but has a decent amount of subs on his record. And it's because he reminds me of like Kevin Holland in terms of like, I'm not going to wrestle you unless I need to. And when his sub wins are all like opportunistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to give me a neck, I'll take the neck. If you're going to fucking give me your back, I'll take your back. So I do worry about that. But give me Choi here because I do think Choi, I think, is going to clean Algeo out. Senor Perfecto is going to be Senor Imperfecto at the end of the night. So give me the dog shot here. I'm riding with Choi. From a betting perspective, fight doesn't go.
Yeah,
I think that's probably it's probably relatively safe to say in this stylistic
clash
type of fight here. Yes. Again, Algeo sub, Choi knockout, either one of those. But give me Choi for the fucking upset. What about you?
This is one of the toughest fights in the card
It is
to call. I'm gonna lean Algeo.
He's the rightful side in my opinion.
Yeah, by decision. This is a tough fight to call. If you wanted to, and if it's a tough fight to call, it's better to be on dog money. So I'm not gonna look at you crazy if you wanna double down on Duho Choi, man. I agree with my brother here on everything he said. I think this is probably the best striker he's faced. This is not a guy who's going to maraud him with overhands and hooks. He's a guy that places punches right on the pipe, and Bill Algeo cannot take a shot. Bill might have to shoot on him, and he doesn't do that. He doesn't really do that. You're right.
He'll do it when he's desperate.
Yeah,
and I feel like he might get desperate this fight.
Yeah, the thing is too, and this is another thing too. This is the first time these guys are fighting someone this size. I don't recall them fighting someone big like this outside of maybe Kyle Nelson, but Kyle Nelson's not as big as either one of them. Let's just keep it what it is. These guys are huge for the division. Bill Algeo's 6 foot tall. Duho Choi is 5'10". So
I think Kyle's about the same size, but Choi looked a little bigger in that fight.
Choi's a big guy. Like, he's big on the shoulders. Like, he's gonna move up to 55 at some point. So
I could see that.
Yeah, I like Bill, but man, this might be a dog or pass shot. So we'll see as the week goes on.
Next fight on the card at men's lightweight, we have the Hurt Kurt Holobaugh going one-on-one with Kaynan. I think that's how you say his first name. Kaynan Kraszewski. I think that's how you say it. I think I got it right. His nickname is Bahia. I
think you're right.
Holobaugh, 20-8, fighting out of Franklinton, Louisiana, 37 years old. Kraszewski or Kraszewski?
Yeah.
God, I'm fucking this guy's name up.
Say Kaynan.
Kaynan, sure.
Kaynan.
15-2, fighting out of Brazil, hailing from Brazil, 33 years old. This fight is kind of a bit hard to break down, in my opinion, because I feel like they're almost identical in kind of the way they kind of want to fight.
It's good matchmaking. They
both have really good jiu-jitsu. Kaynan or Kraszewski, I'm fucking this guy's name up. I apologize. He's like a 9th degree Muay Thai.
Something crazy.
Some crazy shit like that. He's also got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt like all Brazilians do. And he's got like this awkward, like jerky style, Muay Thai style that he kind of like fights with, where he doesn't really take a step back, and that it kind of makes his opponents uncomfortable. I mean, it did make Brenner uncomfortable in his debut fight until Brenner fucking just hit him with a tranquilizer gun. Like bad. Then I decided to look at Krzyzewski's other loss on this record. He got turned off the same fucking exact way. And it was kind of one of those shots is like, if you hit him like right on the fucking ear,
I think
he goes down like a light.
I think he cuts a lot of weight to make this weight class too, man. And that doesn't help.
I think he does. He's the bigger guy. Not by that much, but he is the bigger guy.
Kirk dumps though, man.
Kirk dumps. The problem with Kirk is that he's a little bit older. He's a little bit slower.
Doesn't mind playing off his back, which is annoying.
Doesn't mind playing off his back, which can be annoying. Maybe, I mean, not maybe. He's not coming off his best performance last fight.
I mean, Trey was on gear. Who was on gear?
Yeah.
He was on gear, bro.
I got a feeling this fight probably doesn't go.
I agree.
Both these guys got led. Both these guys hit hard. Both these guys walk forward. And both these guys don't mind playing jiu-jitsu.
Whose chin do you trust more?
I mean, the way I seen Krzyzewski fucking go to sleep, maybe I trust Holobaugh's chin a bit more. But Kaynan's, I'm fucking his name up. His credit, he's a little bit more quick or opportunistic with the jiu-jitsu. Like, if you give him a back, and he sees a back, he'll, before you know it, he's got doubles. I mean, he's got both legs in, and he's already like working the chin. I'm saying, like, he's quick. I think in that term, in that aspect of jiu-jitsu, I think he's a little better than Holobaugh. But Holobaugh, I don't see anybody really putting nobody to sleep here, low key. I mean, in terms of, I guess, going to sleep in terms of submissions, but
correct.
Damn, I don't know who to pick in this fight. I think how do you say his fucking name?
Just say Kaynan. Joe, just stick to his first name, bro. Kaynan.
God damn.
Don't even still try it, bro. I'm not trying it.
I think he's the favorite.
He is.
And he might be the rightful favorite. But, yeah, whatever. I'll go with Kaynan here. Now with the most confidence. I just worry about Holobaugh just be looking a little slower in there. That's all. I don't know, man. Oh, I'm just gonna throw it to you. I don't know. This fight, I'm kind of up in the air.
No, this is another fight that's difficult to call.
It's tough.
I think it might be another dog or pass spot. Holobaugh sitting at plus 130 right now. I like his boxing. I really like his boxing a lot. He has a good left hook. He has a good jab. He knows how to work behind the cross and the jab. I think he's gonna pressure him, put hands on him. I really do. And if Kaynan doesn't have a wrestling game plan here, I think it's going to be a little bit of trouble for him to get his kicks off against a guy like Holobaugh who's going to like walk forward on him.
Yeah, but Kaynan has shown the propensity to shoot. He shot in his Contender Series fight. That's how he got that sub there. But it's going to be interesting because, again, when Holobaugh was pushing Trey Ogden against the cage, Trey Ogden shot on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the only thing that worries me about Holobaugh.
It's a bit scary. This fight's a bit scary.
I'll lean Kaynan with you, but something's telling me to bet Holobaugh. I like him too, though, so I'm a little biased. So
I am, yeah. I wanted to pick Holobaugh too, but I was like, am I just being biased or
Yeah, I'm with you on Kaynan. Don't be surprised if I make a dog shot at this as the fight gets closer.
Next fight on the card at men's featherweight. I don't know why I hesitated there. We have Steve Garcia, the Mean Machine, going against Sting, Sungwoo Choi. Garcia, 15-5, fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, 32 years old. Sungwoo Choi, 11-6, fighting out of South Korea, hailing from South Korea, 31 years old. This is another banger of a fight. This is another fight where I wished opponents were swapped with an earlier card. Or I keep calling it a card, an earlier fight. Yeah, that fucking Algeo Duho Choi fight, but. Give me Garcia here. I'll just lay it out. I know Garcia is the favorite, and I don't know how comfortable I am betting Garcia as a favorite, but man, Mean Machine is a motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm constantly underestimating this guy.
His style is fantastic.
This man walk forward, fucking bombs, takes you down, beats you up, takes the back. Another guy who's just like fucking just all offense, and I feel like if you don't get him in the first round, he like adapts.
He's gonna melt you. He melts you.
I feel like his second rounds are always like better than his first rounds.
Outside of that fight where he fought Macha Pape or what's his name?
Mahashate. It was. I think it was.
No, it was Costa.
Was it Costa?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Costa.
I'm gonna call him Mescal.
Yeah, Mescal, because I like Mescal. But I remember he was whipping his ass in the first round, then he got caught with that left hook and put to sleep. So that was the only bad second round I've seen him. Actually, no, Cap. Did he knock him out?
He beat up.
Oh, he melted Costa. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up.
I think you're talking about Becky, where Becky was able to clap him up a little bit. Was it Becky? No, I think he was clapping up Becky too. I'm getting all these fights confused.
Yeah,
Mahashate, the fight that he lost, that one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
He slept that motherfucker bad. I just put it no other way. He slept him bad. Choi technically has got like the deeper resume. It's not a good look when, in my opinion, when he gave Trizano like his first, I think, knockout in the UFC.
Yeah, Choi's chin is just questionable, and his head movement is horrid. His striking defense is horrid, man.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where I think if you let him operate in space,
he's a beast.
He can do his thing because he fucking hits hard. He'll blitz you.
Yeah.
And if he smells any kind of blood, he's going for the fucking kill. That being said, he don't really move his head too much. I think he doesn't do too hot. Like he thinks he's a counter striker. He can counter strike.
I agree.
But Steve Garcia, I mean, he doesn't get enough credit that his strike's a little more accurate than I gave him credit for. Like
he's the fucking meat machine.
He's fucking not even looking at you. Like he's like looking fucking this way and then like throwing a fucking hook and he's just like directly on your face as you're coming this way or you coming this way. Like
yeah, he's the meat machine, bro.
He's fucking good.
He's living up to the fucking nickname. I trust Steve's power and I trust Steve's chin more. That's where I'm at with this fight.
I just trust his IQ more, low key.
I mean, they both fight crazy, but
they fight a little crazy.
I trust Steve's chin and his power more.
You mean a fucking mean machine?
Absolutely.
Next fight on the card, and as currently constituted, this is looking like the co-main event at middleweight. We have Brad Tavares going one-on-one with the Iron Turtle, Jeong Park. Tavares is 20-9, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, 36 years old. Jeong Park, the Iron Turtle, is 17-6, fighting out of South Korea, hailing from South Korea, 33 years old. I haven't really put too much thought into why this is the co-main. This card in general is a bit, I don't know, mid, but interesting fight nonetheless. Close fight. Brad Tavares has only lost generally to people who can just outstrike him because people can't outgrapple him because he's got a tremendous takedown defense.
He's a stud, yeah.
And Jeong Park has only lost to people who could kind of outgrapple him for the most part. And I think his hands are a bit underrated looking back at tape. I was originally in Tavares. I was going to my brother. I was like, what do you think about this fight? I did some Tavares tape. I was like, damn, Tavares is fucking good. You know what I'm saying? He's got the better resume. He's fought some motherfuckers.
Then you did the tape on Park.
But then I did the tape on Park, and I was like, you know what? My boy Iron Turtle, he got some mitts. He can mix it up.
Shit.
You know, he got some little fucking shovel uppercuts, and like, he can mix it up, especially when he got your back against the cage. He's got a good jab. He doesn't really check leg kicks, which is scary because Brad Tavares will fucking shoot his leg kicks up.
Brad's a little low volume, though. That's the only thing that worries me.
He's low volume, but he's fundamentally, I think he's a little more solid.
I agree.
He's got a 1-2, and I think he might have the power edge here.
I think he definitely has a power edge. Yep. He just doesn't finish anybody.
But Jeong Park, I mean, he shouldn't be as big of a favorite as he is, but I do think he should be the favorite here. I think he could out-volume Tavares. I think he's the higher IQ fighter. I think this fight is probably going to go to distance. Probably more than likely it's probably going the distance, but
I'd pick Brad if I could trust him to finish.
I pick Brad if I could trust him to wrestle.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's just true. I just think this is a tough fight for Brad. I don't be surprised if Park just spams him with takedowns, inside trips. His chain wrestling's not bad. He's not a bad fighter.
It's not. I see more just cage pushing.
Yeah,
and Park kind of just putting him against the cage and beating him up like that, low key.
The fact that Brad couldn't get rid of Chris Weidman,
it's a bit disappointing.
That's it.
When he was shooing him up with leg kicks,
the ghost of Chris Weidman.
Yeah,
I mean, like it was there for the taking like 4 times in that fight, and he didn't go to kill him. And then he could have lost the decision low key, but he did dominate. But if he got knocked out at me, it would have been the most hilarious thing of all time. I'm on Park here as well, by the way.
I couldn't tell.
By decision. I think Brad's got all the tools. I just don't trust him to put it together. Like, and if I could trust him to finish this fight, like catch him coming in, hurt him, and then stop him, I'd be picking Brad. But Brad doesn't finish his salad, bro. He doesn't finish his bowl of cereal in the morning. He's like, nah, I'm gonna stop right here. Oh, I think I'm good. You know that SpongeBob meme where he gets up, he's like, I think I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head out now.
Yeah. Chris Weidman could have finished. Nah. I go to the decision. I'm gonna head out.
He's the type that likes his fucking cereal soggy. That's the problem.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Blech.
Yeong Park by decision.
Main event at strawweight, women's strawweight. We have Amanda Lemos going 1-on-1 with Virna Jandiroba. I'm not gonna pronounce any of their nicknames because I feel like I'm gonna fuck them up. Lemos, 14-3-1, fighting out of Brazil, hailing from Brazil, 37 years old. Jandiroba, 20-3, fighting out of Brazil, hailing from Brazil, 36 years old. So we got some Brazil on Brazil crime here. We got two decent fighters. We got an interesting matchup.
Great main event, by the way.
5-rounder. I say it's a solid main event for what it is. I like this main event. The only issue that I have with this main event is how's Jandiroba gonna win? I like Lemos here. Is she the dog?
She's the dog.
That's insane. Okay, I like Lemos here. I like Lemos here because, listen, man, she's just a bad motherfucker, yo. When it comes down to the bread and butter of it, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Give me the biscuits right here. You know what I'm saying? Jandiroba, she's a bad girl herself. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, unless she turns into D1.
But she can. She can. But her wrestling
it's not like Lemos is like fucking, she got like godlike takedown defense. She doesn't.
No.
She doesn't at all, to be honest. But Jandiroba, she's talented. She's a little bit slow.
Yes.
I don't think she's going to be able to keep up with Lemos' pace.
And footwork.
I do like Jandiroba's entries. They're just a bit slow. And if Lemos can keep her at distance, they become telegraphed. I don't like Jandiroba striking at all. No. It's gotten better. It's not Lemos' level. Give me Lemos here. Give me Lemos probably to finish late. I feel bad, but I feel like this one's a little more cut and dry than a lot of the card, if I'm being completely honest. What about you? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm with you here, and it hurts me because we both like Virna on this podcast. I love Virna. I think
she's great. She's underrated.
I think this is the toughest matchup for her in the top 5.
It is.
I'm gonna go that far. I think Lemos is bigger. Lemos is stronger. Lemos has great footwork. Lemos has good punching power. Lemos has opportunistic jiu-jitsu too. So I could see her wrapping up her neck here with a ninja choke or a guillotine. Yes. And she's a gorilla. She will probably sub her or put her to sleep. On the feet, I think it's a complete mismatch. Lemos has gone 5 rounds before at a championship level. I want to see how she looks on the scale too. If she looks rough, I might play a shot on that's not a dog shot. It might be a shot on
Well, this line Virna should flip low key. I think Lemos should be the favorite.
I just think Virna, if I could trust her to assuredly be able to finish this fight if it hit the floor, I'd play her. She couldn't finish Marina Rodriguez, who's a fish out of water on the floor. She arguably lost the fight against Lupe Gordinez. That fight was fucking close.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I feel like that's more.
That was more Lupe's fault.
You gotta give Lupe some
I lost money on that fight. Yeah. I was dumb. I made the low IQ play there because I bet on a girl who makes low IQ decisions.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Lupe, she's uber talented, but that was a fight she should have won. And 100%. You could argue she still won the fight even though she put up a shitty performance. You probably watched it last night. I remember it. Like
I was doing some tape. I was like, yeah, that was fucking disappointing.
I could see it for Virna. I'm not mad at the decision, but you could argue Lupe won the fight based on damage.
Yeah, it was just way too. It was closer. It was too close.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Virna. This is the toughest fight for her in the top 5. I hate this fight for her. She's just fucking such a badass that she just said, yeah, I'll take this fight.
Also, I think people are just a little low on Lemos for some reason. Maybe because she just got waxed up by Zhang Wei Li for 5 rounds. But
how many?
That's first of all, it's fucking Zhang Wei Li. Second of all, Zhang Wei Li could not finish her.
Correct.
Third, Lemos was fighting to the end,
and Lemos got her in like 3 ninja chokes. One of them was super deep.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I'm not saying she's gonna sub Virna, but I think she has enough defensive weapons on the jiu-jitsu side, especially from a standing up position, to make Virna think twice about putting her head in the wrong spot. And she's a gorilla. Like dude, what she did to Mackenzie Dern was fucking, it was attempted murder on the UFC broadcast.
I mean, Mackenzie Dern, who also beat Virna Jandiroba as well.
Yeah.
So,
and you can't do MMA math here.
You can't, but I'll throw it out there.
Mackenzie is quicker on the entries than Virna.
Yes.
Even though her wrestling's not that good either.
No.
They're good from the inside trips, but Mackenzie, I think at this point is probably a little stronger than Virna.
I'd say so, yeah.
And she could not move around Lemos too much. Lemos was able to push her off, mitigate her, and just land damage. And by the way, Lemos also took that fight on short notice, so she didn't properly prepare for her either.
Yeah.
I like Lemos here as a dog play. I could see a late stoppage here. But if it went all 5, I wouldn't be surprised. Give me Lemos. For sure. I think she's going to get a play.
And that about wraps it up for UFC Vegas 94. But we still got some sweet science to talk about. So without further ado, my brother, take it away.
Well, this weekend we got Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. And we also have Amanda Serrano on the undercard fighting I don't know who. That fight's going to go to decision in my opinion. So I got to do a little more tape. But after a while. Serrano decision.
Yeah, probably.
The Jake Paul Mike Perry fight is very interesting. No, I am not picking Jake Paul to lose this fight. I think at this point he is picking fights that are winnable for him. But I think he's going to get this done by decision. I don't think Mike is going to go away. I think Mike got a great chin. Mike has decent boxing and timing himself, and Mike is not washed. Let's just put it like it is. This is gonna be one of the first prime guys he's fought, who actually does have a professional boxing background, not as extensive as Jake's, but you could argue Mike actually fought a professional boxer.
True.
I like Jake via decision here, but I want to wait on this a little bit because Jake was getting his body ready to fight at heavyweight.
Essentially, right?
I want to see how he looks on the scale because he's essentially a cruiserweight, but I don't think Mike's going to go away. I think Mike's a tough guy to finish with the hands. I mean, the only time he's really been knocked out is by a head kick from Jeff Neal. I want to see how he looks on the scale.
Yeah.
I want to see how he's talking this week, but I have a hard time believing he's going to stop Jake. I have a hard time believing Jake's going to stop Mike.
I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm kind of with you.
Yeah. I mean, he knocked out T-Wood. T-Wood was 40. Mike is, I think, at the better side of 35 still. Good chin, the bare knuckle king. Dude, I mean, this dude had his nose, if you've never seen it for the casual fans that listen to this podcast, Mike got his nose broken by Vicente Luque in a fight, and his nose was like over here, and he kept fighting.
Shit looked like a Picasso painting.
Dude, he looked fucking insane. I mean, that dude he's breaded.
He's built different. He's built to fight that boy.
He's a wild man, dude. Jake Paul didn't knock out Anderson Silva. Jake Paul didn't knock out his last opponent. No, he did knock out his last opponent because that guy was coming off the couch after 3 years.
No, he parked his cab like right in front of the arena after he dropped Jake Paul off, and Jake was like, "Hey, you want to make a little couple extra bucks?" He was like, "Sure, what I gotta do? Throw these fucking gloves on, boy."
That's it.
That's what happened there.
That's what happened. So Mike is active. Mike is fighting elite level strikers, elite level bare knuckle boxers, and Mike is not going to be intimidated by this guy.
No, not at all.
Mike don't give a fuck.
Mike is crazy.
Mike is fucking crazy. So I like Jake Paul probably by decision here.
And that wraps it up for the sweet science portion of our podcast. And without further ado, hey, my brother, take it away. We got nothing else to say, so take us home, my dog.
Love you guys. You already know the business. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Everybody enjoying these visuals right now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date.
And follow our audio listeners. Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. You already know.
Ya tu sabe.
Episode 62 in the books. Love you guys. Holla at you guys. Comment. You know what it is. Show us some love. Follow us on social media platforms for our bets. Love ya. Holla at ya. See you next week.